Welcome to Your Life Story, a space to explore the journey from survival to authenticity. I'm Jean, and here we dive into the raw truths of breaking free from the expectations we've grown up with, rediscovering our voices, and thriving after life's challenges. But this isn't just about my story, it's about life. From relationships and self-discovery to the messy, beautiful questions we all face. No topic is off limits here. So if you're ready to embrace courage, healing, and living life on your own terms, you're in the right place. Let's connect. Let's grow. Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This podcast is for informational and inspirational purposes only. I'm not a licensed therapist, counselor, or medical professional, and the content shared here is based on the personal experiences and insights. If you're facing significant challenges, please seek the support of a qualified professional. Remember, your journey is unique, and you deserve the care and guidance that is right for you. Well, I am happy to have you here with me today, and it's one of those things where we're all getting ready, for the holidays, right? And sometimes those holidays bring more stress than what we want, right? So this holiday, I choose peace, boundaries, freedom, and reclaiming myself. So why not reclaim yourself? So I just want to say welcome back to Your Life Story, the podcast where we take all the things that once broke us and turn them into the very things that set us free. Today's episode is a big one, especially for my recovering people pleasers, for those healing from toxic family systems, and for anyone who feels that familiar tension in their chest as the holidays roll in. Because Thanksgiving is next, then Christmas. And the world says, be joyful, be grateful, be together, but no one talks about the truth. Most of us are exhausted by the pressures of being everything for everyone, and the holidays bring out all the patterns we're still undoing. So today we rewrite the script. We're reclaiming what holiday peace looks like, and this year you get to choose who? You. Part 1. The truth about holidays when you're healing. Let's be honest. For many of us, the holidays were not cozy, warm, or peaceful growing up. They were chaotic, they were heavy, they were full of expectation, pressure, criticism, or emotional landmines. Maybe you have the family member who always stirred the drama. Maybe you have the household where you had to pretend everything was okay. Maybe you were the one running around trying to keep the peace. And now, as adults, we carry those patterns into every holiday season. We show up because we feel obligated. We say yes because we feel guilty. We stay longer than we want because that's just what the family does. But here's your reminder. You owe no one your exhaustion. You owe no one your resentment. You owe no one the version of you who abandons yourself so everyone else can be comfortable. I don't know about you. There's times when I feel like holidays were so hard growing up because I felt sad because there was other people who had bigger families and they were allowed to enjoy cousins, uncles, aunts, grandmothers, grandfathers, family, friends. And as far as in mine, it was just our immediate family. And you thought that was just our immediate family, you would be happy and peaceful. And yes, it was. But then, like always, there was always some type of drama. And then everybody would be angry and then move away. Or people would get bored and go watch TV. Or people fall asleep. And then it was the dreaded, let's go shopping after. Why? Because people were bored. Nobody ever really stayed so close, right? And later on, I heard other people who would be like, okay, I can only stay here for a little bit because I have 5 other houses to hit. and each one I have to eat. So just give me a little baby plate of your food because I have to taste everybody else's food. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, that is not a fun holiday to be because you have to go to each house. Then there was the pressures of the roads, the people, and then it was the madhouse rush of shopping and stuff like that. And it never became what we were taught as little, that it was to be thankful, And I don't know, as I grow older and find out the true meanings of each of the holidays, I see basically that it is a major issue for people pleasers, because if you don't perform how everybody wants, then you are considered selfish or not a good person. And it's not okay, right? So part 2, giving yourself permission. This year, I want you to hear this loudly. You're allowed to do holidays differently now. You're allowed to say, I'm not coming this year. I already have plans. That doesn't work for me. I can come from 1 to 3, but I won't be staying longer. I'm not discussing that topic today, or I'm leaving if this becomes disrespectful. The thing is, these are all great because for many times people resent it. They feel sad. They spend hours waiting for food and then nothing comes along, or there's just so much drama and disrespect, or just being overworked. You're tired and then everybody goes to bed and they're cranky, whatnot. Because let's face it, you eat turkey, that stuff makes you fall asleep, and nobody's used to being together for so long together that, of course, people are not going to get along, right? You're allowed to choose peace over tradition, sanity over obligation, and health over family patterns. And you know what? Healthy people will understand. Healthy family will adjust. Healthy relationships will respect your boundaries. Anyone who makes your boundary an insult was benefiting from your lack of one. Let that sink in. When I first thought about that they were benefiting from my lack of when I didn't have boundaries, or even when I had them after, then I was like, I can't believe that these people used me so bad. And I'm not saying my family, I'm saying others, and it's sad, Even this year, I was like, okay, well, I'm not traveling far, I said. If it's something simple and relaxed, yeah, I can see what I can do to stop off just a little bit. But I practically said, hey, I'm okay. I'm okay with just a quick meal, nice movie, just spending time indoors in my pajamas and a blanket and just relaxing there with my dog. And I'm pretty okay, And Thanksgiving doesn't always have to be that day if you don't have your children with you. I celebrated mine earlier, and it made it so much happier to spend that time, with my loved ones. And that's okay too, because I think that when you put that great expectation on you that you have to do it when people tell you, then it only hurts. So, part 3. Why boundaries matter, especially now. Holidays amplify everything. Old roles, old wounds, old expectations, old versions of you that no longer fit the life you're building. So, what do you mean? Boundaries protect what? They protect your nervous system, your healing, your energy, your progress, your joy. People say holidays are about gratitude, and they are. But you know what else to be grateful for? You're right, to choose what kind of life you want to live. You're right to walk away from toxicity. You're right to rebuild yourself after trauma. You're right to rest and breathe. You're right to be free. This year, gratitude hits different when you fought hard to reclaim yourself. And like I said, that's something that I thought. I have fought so hard that when I tell people my story, their jaw drops or they just can't believe that that's it, because it's like a real life action movie where I had to fight tooth and nail to get where I'm at. And it's sad, that when you have that light in you, when you're very empathetic and you didn't have boundaries, and then other people think, oh, I can live off of this person, it's not okay. And now that I've been learning more about emotional intelligence, boundaries, and stuff like that, it has helped me tremendously. And now I can actually say, oh yeah, nope, I love you guys, but maybe this year, no. Because first of all, if it snows, I am not driving in that. Not for hours. I'm not white knuckling it. It's just not fair to me, my nerves. And since I'm in that process of healing, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy everything that I should be thankful for. Part 4. How to set holiday boundaries. I'm going to give you some practical tips because I think it's important that you have these boundaries. And then we can discuss other things, because I think it's important to discuss everything that we go through just so people think that we are respectable human beings for celebrating holidays. I'm not here to shame you if you do celebrate, and I'm not here to shame you if you don't. I think, like God says, we have free will, we have a right to choose, right? And I think that is the best gift that we can have, because if not, then we are what? Controlled, right? So 1, decide your energy budget before the day comes. Ask yourself, how much emotional capacity do I honestly have? And honor that. We got to see it, because sometimes that energy they suck out of you is just not enough. And then you have to recuperate during the weekend because, Thanksgiving falls Thursday, Friday always, right? And now you have to recuperate on the weekend from all that drama, all that food. And quite frankly, do we really need to make that much food? Why? Because nobody wants to eat turkey for 6 months after that, or whatever you have. So why not make it something where it's enjoyable and plan activities? Talk something, because people really need that. We just can't just sit there and just eat. And if you want to, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to help you find your clarity in your life and healthy boundaries. 2, communicate early, calmly, simply, without over-explaining. A boundary is a sentence, not an apology. I think it's good, I feel so much better after saying, nah, I'm not going far this year. I plan to enjoy my holidays with the ones I love, but I'm not going to give up my time. Well, I have a lot of things to do. And yes, I don't have to do everything on that holiday, but I also don't have to just give my whole energy or time to anybody. Because why? I also want to do things. I want to do crafts. I want to read, or I just want to relax, or just simply meditate, right? Next. 3, don't negotiate with guilt. Just because they want more time does not mean you're obligated to give it. So true. There was a time when I was around this certain individual, and they invite me over with my children and stuff like that, and they have their kids, and it was just a really great time, but they kept overstepping it. Every time I wanted to go home, they're like, oh no, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And next thing you know, there was dinner. Oh my goodness, it's no longer sunshine time. Now it's night. And they even went to the point where it was, oh, you guys can sleep over so that way we can have fun in the morning. And I was just like, no, I have a life. I have things to do. I have a house, a family, obligations. And I remember the time when I started saying no, they didn't like it, and I was like, that's okay. That's fine. They just needed me, I guess, like some type of trinket, so then that way they didn't feel lonely. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. Next. 4, have an exit plan. Oh my goodness. I cannot let you know that how important that exit plan is, because people will do what they need to do. If you need to keep your purse in your car and have the car facing the way that you can leave as quickly as possible, do it. I tell you, it has saved me so many times on so many occasions. Have an alarm on your phone. If you have your Apple phone like I do, I put alarms on, and then I say, oh, I'll be leaving here in a half hour. And then in a half hour, my phone goes off and I say, okay, I'll see you later. Thank you so much. Have a good day. And you move. Why? Drive yourself. Give a time window. Have a reason if you need one. Whatever you have to do, get out there, because guess what? You don't need permission to leave. When they don't let you leave, it almost feels like you are now imprisoned and now you can't leave. It doesn't feel good. 5, if the environment is toxic, don't stay to prove you're strong. I really emphasize this. So I said, have that car ready. Just get yourself out. Leaving is strength. Protecting your peace is strength. Because, you know what? Let them have it. So be it. Oh, I'm this. Okay, cool. But guess what? You can't talk to me that way. And we can start talking when you can learn to respect me. And if not, goodbye. And let me tell you, it's worked so many times for me. And I say, oh, okay, well, how is this supposed to help us in the long run? I don't think it's there to help. So I think I will say goodbye. I bow out and I leave. 6, create your own traditions. Even if it's just you. I'm telling you, you don't have to celebrate it on the day if you don't need to. There's people out there who thrive, in my case, to not have certain loved ones with me on certain holidays because they feel like they're winning me. And I say, well, good. Guess what? I can celebrate my holidays every other year on different times, and I still get to enjoy them. I don't have to have it on the same date. And when I do get them on the same date, I enjoy it still. Why? Because I'm not longer letting anybody take that away from me. You know what? A meal for one, a movie, a walk, a gratitude list. Peace is tradition too. I'm telling you, the moment that I learned how to go to a restaurant, stores, or anywhere alone, it's so much freedom. You don't have to feel like you owe anything to anyone, and it makes you feel happy. 7, if you choose to show up as your healed self. You know, I've told myself, guess what? If I show up, I'm showing up in my pajamas. Why? Christmas. You know, right now is Thanksgiving, but this can also work out for Christmas. You know, I'm going to go in my pajamas and cozy shoes. And then when I get tired, I say, okay, I'm tired, I'm off, and goodbye, you know. I come from, a Hispanic community, and we celebrate Christmas Eve at midnight, and that's when we open gifts. And the thing is I'm like, for the longest time, I said, I'm not doing midnight. I have my children or myself, and if I'm not at home, I'd rather go home. So I'm like, we open stuff at 9, and then we can leave, and if you don't want to do it, you want to do it at a later time, that's on you. But the thing is, when you have to drive home, you want to make sure you make it home safely, and you want to make sure you have a good night's rest and not go out there driving all, drowsy, or you don't want to sleep over at someone's house. I don't believe in sleeping over at nobody's house. for multiple reasons, but one of them is I love my bed. I'd rather sleep in my bed, and I don't feel cozy sleeping on anything else. So to me, it's like, if you want me to come back the next day and I'll talk, I'll refresh, I'd rather do that. And yes, I get it. Sometimes you can't just do that, but sometimes you're far away. You're either sleeping at your family's house because you flew in. That's different. If there's a hotel, I recommend it better, because in that way you can have your time, your boundaries, and then you can come back and have a refreshed time and enjoy that, But always respect yourself and know that you can put that in place. So, Part 5. A reminder for anyone who feels guilty. If you grew up as the peacemaker, the emotional caretaker, the one who made everything okay, you probably feel that tug. I should go. I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want them talking about me. You know what? They're going to talk about you whether you showed up or not. So take care of yourself. They're going to be disappointed anyway. Why? Because some people are just always disappointed with everything. And why should you go? Why? Sometimes they don't even want you there. And sometimes they even do. It's so weird. They just want something to complain about, right? So listen, you have disappointed yourself for years. This year, let the disappointment fall on someone else for once. They will survive. They are not responsible for their emotions. You are not responsible for their emotions, and you are responsible for healing. Part 6. Gratitude, the real kind. Let's talk about gratitude for a second. Not the kind forced into holiday speeches, but the real quiet, soul-level gratitude that comes from healing. Gratitude sounds like this. I'm thankful I survived what was meant to break me. I'm thankful I get to choose my peace now. I'm thankful I'm no longer living to be liked. I'm thankful I no longer betray myself for approval. I'm thankful for my own company, and I'm thankful for second chances, especially my own. Gratitude is not about who sits at your table. It's about who you are becoming when you finally sit with yourself. So whether you spend this holiday surrounded by others or in the quiet comfort of your own space, know this: you are not alone, you are not behind, you're not selfish, you are healing. And healing requires choices that not everyone will clap for, but you're not doing this for applause. You're doing this for your life. This holiday or holidays, I hope you choose peace. I hope you choose honesty. I hope you choose boundaries. I hope you choose yourself. Because you deserve a life that feels good, not just looks good in photos. I think it's important. So let me give you some journal homework prompts because I think it's important. Number 1, what holiday patterns from my past still affect me today, and how do they show up in my body and emotions? 2, what would a peaceful holiday look like for me if I remove guilt and obligations? 3, which boundary do I need the most this year, and what's stopping me from setting it? 4, what am I truly grateful for in my life right now that has nothing to do with other people? 5, how can I show up for myself during the holidays the way I used to show up for everyone else? Start our meditation. Close your eyes. Drop your shoulders. Let your jaw loosen. And take a slow breath in. You are safe. You are here. You are in your body. You are in your life, not anyone else's. As you breathe, imagine everything that once controlled you. loosening its grip. Every expectation dissolving. Every guilt softening. Every old pattern fading into the background. Now say silently to yourself, I'm allowed to choose peace. I'm allowed to choose rest. I'm allowed to choose me. Picture yourself on a holiday morning, calm, grounded, centered. You're not rushing. You're not performing. You're not pleasing. You're simply present. This is a version of you who leads from truth and not fear. Take one more deep breath. And imagine your boundary as a warm light surrounding you. It is not a wall. It is protection. It is love. It is your freedom. You are safe. You are strong. You are healing. And you're ready. Now slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Your Life Story with Sajine. I hope it gave you something to think about, feel, or explore on your own journey. If this episode resonated with you, I love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share it with someone who might need it or reach out to connect. And know that this holiday season doesn't have to be a burden. It can be a blessing. Choose you. Choose those boundaries. Start healing and enjoying life on your own terms. Until next time, this is Sajine on Your Life Story.